Welcome back, everybody, to Tactics Ogre Reborn. Little distracted there for just a second. Sorry about that. I saw something at the beginning of this recording and was like, what? Anyways, we are continuing down the, as I mentioned in an earlier episode, we are continuing down what is going to be the neutral path. We're going to do, like right now, the game has split off into two paths. You're either on chaos route or you're on lawful route. The lawful route just follows along its lawful pathway till you get towards the end of the game, when all the routes essentially merge together. You know, because the end of the game is going to be the same regardless if you went lawful, neutral, or chaotic. So right now we are on the chaotic path. There's going to be another decision that's going to allow us to split off from the chaotic path into the neutral path. But once you're on I found out once you're on lawful path, you cannot go back to the neutral path. You're stuck on lawful, which is fine.
The wheel spins true. You'll find them in Ashton, they said, and here you are.
Zapan, the mercenary. We're going to be meeting him a couple more times, I think. I'm unsure if he's recruitable on the path I'm on. I don't think he is, but we'll find out, won't we? He's a headhunter looking to get my
Not every
money.
day you chance on a mark with 30.
There are your headhunters, Denham. I know them by the
Also, what is it with 30,000 gold, goth, or whatever this currency is?
Don't worry, little lass. You'll be spared. You alone. A man grows lonely so far from home, hey?
That's gross.
Well. Let's begin, shall we? Look sharp, boys. Let one go. It'll mean you...
Yeah, if you let him go, it's going to mean your purse, i.e. your portion of the bounty. I'm not really sure I'm not sure why the number of 30,000 gold keeps coming up. They gave us that amount as the starting treasury. Okay. That was our starting amount that we got for saving the Duke. And then now there's a 30,000 gold bounty on my head. So I mean, essentially, if you're talking strictly from this this storyline we're on, he gave me the amount of money that he's now placing upon my head. So he essentially spent 60 goth to first recruit and then kill me. So I was, this is not my favorite kind of level. These are, I shouldn't complain, but any level has water in it limits your movement and limits your options. This one is particularly bad because large swaths of this area is in fact water. So you know your characters are limited in their movement, say to somewhere around 3 to maybe 5 to 6 movement. I don't know who has the most movement of all, but you know, jumping over a path that costs 1 or maybe 2, I don't know. So you're gonna see we're gonna get stuck on these little islands from time to time until we start clearing out some of the enemies, because I'm limited on the amount of space the guys will A, move, and B, that is a movable space for most of them. Valkyrie Knights / Ruin Fencers can go into water though, which is nice. gonna check something here. That little exclamation point that was next to the one goblin. Look, it's this goblin guy right here. He is not wholly loyal. Wholly, wrong word. He's not completely loyal to his mercenary band. In fact, if you click on his name after clicking on the question mark, it'll tell you that essentially he's openly critical of the team he's on right now. So that means you can recruit him, or he's easier to recruit than someone who is loyal, which would not be at all available for recruit, or would have a very low % chance. But I'm not 100% sure how the recruiting mechanic works in this game. I know how the capture mechanic works with a beast tamer. Basically, what you do with the beast is you beat the shit out of these octopus things or any other beast type animal, and once it hits low enough health, it'll give you a % chance to recruit them to your side. Now, obviously, you're doing the Pokemon thing, but the problem is, instead of you catching the Pokemon and the ball going and you catch it, it's like, imagine if the battle kept going after you were done catching the Pokemon, because you're out in the middle of the wild, and instead of fighting one Pokemon, you're fighting a team of them. And you happen to catch one that happened to be like open to being caught, I guess. And this is going to start getting into a weird thought experiment. But the monsters, you have to whittle their health down, unless I'm mistaken. To whittle their health down, and then when they're low on health, it'll increase the chance that you are able to subdue or capture them. But like I said, the mission doesn't end when you capture them, but they're at low health. So like you go from, okay, he's an enemy, I need to kill him. Okay, he's at low health, let me subdue him, to, oh shit, we're still halfway through this fucking battle. Now I gotta get my healers on top of this monster to heal it back up, because I'm unsure if he's like our other male like our other human / hawkmen characters, where when they get knocked out, they have a number above their head, or because they're monster characters, once they die, they're like officially dead. Which might be the trade-off for them, I don't know. So we are going to attempt to capture one of these octopi, as soon as if we're given the opportunity to do so. There's a killy guy in here. Unfortunately, I don't think I can recruit him because I don't have anyone that fits his type, because he's not a lizard man, so I can't use my mages to recruit him. He's not a beast, so I can't subdue him. And I don't have like a necromancer that might work with like a demon. Because if you see, he kind of looks like an orc, but he's listed as a what is he? He's an Umbra, Soul of the Dark. So I don't know if he counts as a yeah, this unit does nothing. It is not shy at opening his mouth to complain, you know. So he's easily recruitable, but I don't think I have the ability to do so with the characters I currently have. I think I would need something like a necromancer or a lich, or perhaps even something, I don't know, maybe even something even simpler than that, like a I don't really know what would fall into this category, but like I don't know. It's hard for me to say, because your holy knight. Well, I don't know about your holy knights, but your knights that have the ability to use some light white magic. Your white mages, as I'll call them, they can recruit human beings. You'll see I have a 0% chance because I'm not standing near him. I kind of want to recruit him because he's a Dark Knight, but I don't think I'm going to get that option. I have to kill him, and hopefully he'll drop one of his little sigils that allow me to transform into his class type, because that is what I want to get Denim to here soon. Not well, if he drops his class mark, I'm going to switch Denim immediately over to Dark Knight, because the weapon I've had him running lines up with Dark Knight, whereas if I switch over to regular Knight, he won't be able to wield the two-handed long swords anymore. And I don't have the ninja class yet either. Not that you should at this point, but once you get ninja unlocked, you'll have the ability to wield, I believe it's initially one-handed katanas, then eventually two-handed katanas. So that'll be fun. I think it'll be fun. I was tempted to maybe make Denim a ninja, but I don't know. I don't really want to switch off his, So, the thought behind it would be, if I switch Denim to a ninja class, he would be able to dual wield katanas, certain two-handed katanas, which would allow him to do double damage. But I haven't been running Denim in that direction yet, obviously, because I don't have ninja unlocked to run katana. But even if I were to switch right now, it goes against the build that I'm building right now, because sort of at the end, Denim gets a Lord. He has the ability to get Lord class, which allows him access to any ability in any class he's ever been. So that's kind of really good, where you can switch him quickly over to like a White Knight to get him Phalanx, and then switch him back over to the Lord class. Same thing with Ninja. You can do that with Ninja. I think you can switch him quickly. Ninja, have him learn two-handed. Well, I guess he'd have to level up his katana use on that, I think, to unlock that. But it wouldn't take too long, I don't think, for you to unlock that ability, and then in which case now you can dual wield one-handed weapon, so one in one hand, one in the other. That's nice, but when you're running a two-handed greatsword build for Denim, you can't dual wield two-handed swords. You can only single-handle wield those. So you'd have to switch back to the either two-handed katanas, or you'd have to switch over to either one-handed daggers, one-handed short swords. I don't know. It's just not how I have him built right now, is sort of what I'm trying to get at. So, I may change him later, I don't know. I'm not really planning on doing it right now. I'm planning on just basically moving Denim into the Dark Knight class, and mainly focus around physical spells. So Dark Attuned, maybe some Drain Life, anything else a Dark Knight can learn, I'll try to get on him. But I don't think Dark Knights can learn like projection spells, like a ball, like a ball of lightning type spell. Like Kashua learned Spirit Surge, which is a holy based version of that. Your mages can obviously learn different types of magic, either not an AoE, but like a well, at least not yet an AoE. But you can have like the acid rain, which can hit anywhere, or you can do a spark sphere like that. Some of this is based on when I was playing the PSP version. I was sort of playing around with Venom way back in the day, and I originally had him running two-handed. Well, it's not two-handed. It was a one-handed sword and shield, which worked okay, but it didn't do enough damage for my taste. And I eventually did switch Denim over to, I believe it was either switched him briefly over Knight, then back to Warrior, or I switched him over to Holy Knight or something like that. But I did have other Terror Knights, Dark Knights, whatever they're called, in my party, and I found them to be kind of like OP. I mean, they weren't super OP. They weren't fucking archers. Archers are OP as shit in that game. I mean, but they were decent enough, you know? The other real big beauty of switching Denim over to Dark Knight is he learns a version of that mighty whatever that was, mighty charge, mighty but it costs less money under the Dark Knight, and it also gives you the ability to inflict terror, which is a status effect that lowers people's defense. It's like super great. So we're gonna try and subdue this thing. We're gonna see if it works or not. Got about, I did it, right? This is what I was talking about earlier, where he's at very low health, which increases my chance of getting him, catching him. But he doesn't disappear from battle once he's caught. He's still in battle like it's normal. So, like, I'm not sure if that octopus there in the lineup fourth is my octopus or not. Maybe it's an enemy octopus. Needless to say, I need to get it healed. I don't think it'll die right away, but obviously the other octopus can hit it. It may kill it. Who knows? Well, let's do this. Longbow. Octopus. Die. Okay, so the one up front, the one that's gonna go after the lizard man is mine. So lizard cannot get to my octopus, so we're good there. I don't think you have the ability to heal yourself, unfortunately. So we're gonna stay away from accidentally killing ourselves, because you only have 6 HP. And then we'll have someone hopefully heal. Peter's not super duper smart. So, yep, I'm gonna use heal on the octopus. Or on us. I don't care. Fuck that. Anywho. What else? Plan is to capture the octopus. The plan is to keep it alive. Then I'm gonna auction the fucker off when we're done. Isn't exactly the most noble thing to do, or nicest thing to do, but I'm hoping to trade his ass in for a big heap of cash. So yeah, there we go. Thanks, Cashua. I don't get to control you, but at least you did a good job of actually healing a character that needed healed. Mhm. Yeah, if you can sneak it between two guys, it's always the best. Luckily, though, the non-direct attack is not that big of a debuff. So if I couldn't sneak that ball of water in between those two, I could have easily just used an AoE, or not an AoE, a direct, damage one. I just, you lose one, you lose a little bit of damage, and you lose one range by doing it that way. So I don't think it's that big of a debuff, though. Die.